Nighttime. Inflictions of shell shots, sweep in the spot. My crop is cream, striking on like a light watch. Signs of danger like roads of construction, build destruction. Blow it up.
Yo, what's going on, man? This is your boy Nighttime, man. I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm super excited about giving you guys the real and allowing you to learn a little bit about your boy. And also, hopefully I can, shed some light and drop some jewels every blue moon. This channel, man, is dedicated to, my music. It's dedicated to how I see things from my perspective. It's also about personal development for men. Now, women, I'm definitely more than happy to help provide any kind of insight that I'm able to give, but it's dedicated to the men mostly, just because I feel like there's a strong need for personal development for men, young men, as well as older men in society, because there's just not that many outlets. So my goal is to help men just be better, and anything that I can do in this space to provide that insight, I want to do that. All right. So today's topic, man, is marriage beneficial to men? Now, this is a topic that is all over YouTube. Many guys have talked about this, and I've had these conversations as well in the past. Now, as you can see, I am married. Okay, been married 11 years, guys. Been with my wife, and been with her for about 15 years and counting. And we have a beautiful daughter together. So, you know, with that said, I'm still gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you in terms of how I see marriage. I'm gonna be honest with you in terms of how I think you should approach marriage. So let's get into the question: should men, or is marriage beneficial to men? I look at that in a two-part question because, you know, if you look at the studies, right, the studies will say that men in marriages, it's beneficial to them. They'll say that men live longer. They talk about, the fact that, men tend to be happier. They have more of a purpose. You increase your focus, your income, et cetera, et cetera. So those are some positive things that you can gain from being in a productive marriage. Now, here's the anecdotal information that I'm going to give you guys. When you, to me, I think a lot of guys need to understand that before you get married part, and that's the problem that a lot of men go wrong in, is the before part. A lot of you guys, man, you're getting in relationships that you don't need to be in. You're getting in relationships because she has a fat ass, she's pretty, and that's really it. Or she's the person that you've been with the longest, but that's it. There isn't enough depth in the relationship. So that's not the right reason to get married, because a lot of times when you get into those relationships, you find out that there was red flags that were taking place prior to that. Maybe you felt like she had an attitude problem. Maybe you felt like she was nasty. Maybe you felt like, she was mean spirited. The point that I'm making is that you saw these red flags prior to going into the marriage. Now you're in the marriage and you are hoping that those things were going to change, but because you were blinded by the beauty, you were blinded by the little, I don't know, the little hand jobs or the dome jobs you was catching. You was blinded by all that. Now you're in the marriage and it's not sustainable anymore. Okay, those things aren't sustainable. What's going to be sustainable is that you have to also treat that like a corporation. Is this a good merger? That's how you got to look at, that's how you have to look at women, man. You guys have to start putting more value into yourself. Now, the first thing I would tell dudes is that, you know, before you get married, before you even think about getting married, can you take care of yourself first? Can you live in a home or get your own apartment or, have a roof over your head by yourself. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be married. I would tell guys, get your finances together, man. Work on you, work on being the best version of you before you get involved with any woman, okay? Work on you. Get your shit together. Get your bag up. Get your health up. Just get your game up. There's nothing wrong with talking to women. There's nothing wrong with, indulging as long as it's safe. But at the end of the day, a lot of times, guys, we give our power away to a lot of women simply because of, just simply based on looks. How do I know that? Because I did it. I did it myself. When I was in my 20s, man, I was out here chasing and getting numbers and doing all kinds of silly shit, right? But, being in this space right now and looking back, if I would have had an OG or double OG, a triple OG, or what have you, came up to me and said, yo, bro, man, listen, get your business up, man. Focus in on getting your bag up. What do you want to do in the next 5, in the next 10 years? What are you trying to accomplish? What's the goal? What's the end goal? And those are the kinds of questions that you need to ask yourself, and then raise your level up about who you are. Raise up your level, okay? Raise your level up. What do I mean by raise your level up? If you want to go to college, go to college. If what's your major? Are you gonna try to get a scholarship? Do you want to go to a trade school? Is getting a trade better for you? Maybe you don't want to go to college. Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Who are you? Who are your mentors? Who are you hanging around? The point that I'm making, guys, is that you need to start figuring out what you want to do when you get out of high school, even before high school. I'm sorry, even before you get out of or graduate from high school, you want to start thinking about what it is where you see yourself at. Okay. So do your prep work is all I'm saying before you even start thinking about marriage and getting involved with somebody. I said another thing too, is when you start dating, okay, you're gonna like somebody. That's the reality. Because I'm a believer, man, that a lot of people, they don't want to be alone. They want to be with somebody, man, that completes them. And I think the average dude would love to just be in a relationship, man, and have that Love Jones thing going on, or that Love and Basketball vibe, and you having that that soul chick that's riding with you, right? She's a rider, blah blah blah, all that, right? But the reality, man, is that in order to get to that level, you guys have to raise not only your level, but you have to make sure that you're with somebody who's on your level. Okay? Okay, what does that mean? Well, if you're in the physical, if you're in the personal health, and you like to go to the gym, probably want to get with somebody that likes to go to the gym, and they're into personal development and looking good. If you're a person that goes to church, or you're spiritual or what have you, you probably want to get with somebody that's spiritual and that's on that level with you. If you're a person that's who maybe you want to have kids down the line, well, you know what? You probably want to find somebody that desires kids. If you're a person that wants to be in a conventional relationship, if you're the guy, you want to go out and be the breadwinner and she's a stay-at-home mom, okay, well, you need to find somebody that fits that mold. If you're a guy that's looking for a power relationship where, she's out grinding and get money and you're grinding to get money, and you guys build something financially together, then you probably want to get with somebody. You kind of following what I'm saying here? So the point is, guys, that, I'm not really here to bash marriage, because marriage really can be a beautiful thing, but it's about the prep work. It's about what you do prior, before you even consider getting into a marriage, okay? So do your prep work. Get your game up on you, work on who you are, but also have that same expectation for somebody else. Okay. So that way, when, you pursue somebody, hey man, they're doing the same shit you doing. They're grinding, they're out doing their thing. They're just as ambitious as you. Also, too, in terms of communication, man, and I know that's a big cliche one. How do you communicate with her? How do you guys talk to one another? Do you guys take turns when you talk? Do you interrupt each other when you talk? You guys have to figure out how you communicate, because I'm telling you, if you can't communicate with your lady, man, if you guys are always butting heads and, somebody always wants to dominate the conversation, or there isn't a level of respect there when you're communicating or conversing, this shit's not going to work, because you guys can't even come together and talk about how to turn the damn water off. So more or less, how the hell are you going to talk about how bills are going to get paid, how priorities are going to be delegated? Okay. So the point that I'm making, guys, is that do your prep work. Work on you. Get yourself together. Find out what your passion is. Before you get to a passion, you might have to do things that aren't your passion. You're going to have to do things that are tools or stepping stones to get to the passion. Point I'm making, work on you, prep yourself, get yourself prepared to handle whatever it is that you need to handle. Wash clothes, cook, clean, learn how to do for yourself. And then that way, when you get with somebody, you have the same expectations of them, or there's some things that you guys can trade off on. Maybe they could do this, you can do that. And again, if it's conventional, that's fine too. But the point is that you have to prep yourself, and you have to get with somebody to where you both have a game plan on how you attack and delegate certain obligations. And I think if you do those things, and also, I forgot that this is the last thing, and I forgot to mention this one, is honesty. Okay, got to be real. You got to be, when I say real, I mean you have to be honest. Be honest with your spouse, man. Like, don't lie. Okay, be honest about what you're bringing to the table. Be honest about about some of your weaknesses. Be honest about damn near everything, because if you guys can't talk, or if there isn't a level of honesty and truth in the marriage, I should say just truth and honesty, period, that shit ain't gonna work. There's nothing worse than being with somebody and you can't even be yourself around them. You can't be honest with them. Who the hell wants to be in a relationship like that? If you guys can't have honest conversations, if you can't talk to your girl with the same temperament that you talk to your boys, and you know what I'm saying, like you 100 with your boys, right? If you can't be 1,000 with your chick, don't do it. That's just me. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay. If you need to be able to be 1,000 with your girl, man. If y'all can't be 1,000 with one another, hey, don't do it. Okay. Watch out for the red flags. Go with your instincts. Question some of those red flags. Can you live with certain things? Are you okay with that? Is that going to be an issue down the line when you discover, oh man, she's not that clean. Man, she's a little nasty. She got a funky ass attitude about this topic. You gotta listen to those instincts, okay? And if those instincts are like, yeah, I don't know if this is something that I would want to deal with long term, then you may want to reconsider. All right. Anyway, y'all, that's it. It's your boy Nighttime. Make sure that you comment, subscribe, and like. Also, look for that Big Stacks and Nighttime album. It's gonna be coming real soon. We got some bangers on there, and we got some solid guests, man. The album's gonna be fire. I look forward to putting that out there to the public. I'll let you know about the platforms down the line that it's going to be available on, so you can go and cop it. Anyway, man, it's your boy Nighttime. I'm out of here. 1,000.